Adit Kundra here from Adit's Guitar Lessons. And I'm really excited today because I am sharing lessons on two really cool tracks. This happens to be song number 2. It's called Mast Magan. It's from the movie Two States. And the really cool thing about this song is that, or rather, the song is definitely good, but the cool thing about this lesson is that I'll be sharing a couple of tips which I think will make you guys better musicians and which will help bring in a lot of flavor in your playing. And it's going to be, there's a lot that I want to talk about. So in case you're not really interested in all my bullcrap, then you can jump straight to the chords, the chord bit. The link should be there on your screen now. And for those of you who are still with me, so the thing that I wanted to talk about is if you have been regular with my other videos, you will see that there's one thing which is common, and that's the fact that I generally tend to play a lot of chords. In most of my lessons, and generally whenever I play a lot of chords. In fact, there will be instances wherein I play about 3 to 4 chords per bar, and I don't really do that to show off. I don't really do that to make things complicated. In fact, I believe that things should be very simple. But it's just that I want to be very accurate. There's this thing in me that wants to make things as accurate as possible. Yeah, so which is why I do that. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I have actually I did this song Teri Khair Mangdi. The link should be on your screen now. And even Kholo Kholo Darwaze from Tare Zameen Par, wherein I've actually made suggestions on how to keep things fresh by changing, by adding more chords. So do check those videos out. And that's because I believe that if you keep playing one thing again and again and again, it gets very boring. And which is why I just add those tricks, or I add those chords just to differentiate and not make things very repetitive. But so yeah, I do that only when I believe that the music really demands it, because at the end of the day it's all about the air. If it sounds good, it will be good. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't really necessarily add a lot of chords just for the heck of it. There's a reason, there's a rationale behind that. But the interesting thing about today's song is that it's the opposite. In fact, in today's song, in this song, I think it's better if you just stick on one particular chord. And I want to give you like a tip on when to do this, when to just keep playing one chord. And I just did a little bit of thinking, and I believe that there are 2 instances wherein you can just keep playing one chord, make things very repetitive, and it'll actually sound good. So what are those 2 instances? Instance number 1 would be when you want to create a kind of tension, and you don't just create tension by playing one particular chord, but you have to resolve it as well. So a good example of this would be, if I were to talk like really popular songs, then Tanha Dil, for example, Tanha Dil by Shan. You must have seen like a million people play that song, and I'll make a separate lesson for this good thing. But anyways, if I were to just quickly talk about the song, all the tabs that you will see will have 4 chords in them. So it sounds very good with 4 chords, and the chorus happens to be the same as the verse. So you keep playing these 4 chords in the verse, then you play the same 4 chords in the chorus, and it's fine. I mean, it sounds alright. But if you want to make it interesting, which is again what this whole rant is all about, how to make your music more interesting, you can just play this just one chord. So it creates a different dynamic altogether. So you keep playing one chord and the person is singing, and the listener might be like, "Yes, Alak, change kyun nahi kara? Why is he not changing chords?" It'll sound, so that is what I mean by creating tension and then suddenly resolving with chords, and So yeah, that's reason number one. That's instance number one, when you can actually play the same chord, keep playing the same chord again, and suddenly resolve it with some newer, fresher set of chords. And the other kind of instance where I think this trick seems to work really well is when you want to create a trance kind of an effect. And case in point being Sufi music. Now, Sufi, if somebody were to ask me how to define Sufi music, uh, I believe that it's the genre in which the listener is in that suspended state. You are just whirling, so to speak. You're just in the music, and very difficult to put it in words. But that's how I associate Sufi music. Unlike a lot of bands today which play Atif Aslam and think that they are Sufi music. But anyways, I'll stick to the point. So that is the kind of that is when you would want to just keep restricting yourself to very few chords, but to make it to bring in that effect, and to in order to avoid not getting boring, you can always do certain tricks with your right hand, with your strumming hand, just to bring in some flavors, even though you're playing the same chord. So you will actually explain, you will actually learn and understand that a lot more when I'm actually when I'll demonstrate how to play the song. But like I said, these are two instances wherein I believe that versus changing, versus bringing a lot of chords, you can just play one chord, create that tension and suddenly resolve, or create that trance kind of an effect, and it'll sound really cool, believe me. But the important thing is you need to know when to do which. So when to create tension and resolve, and when to bring in a lot of chords just to introduce newer flavors in the song. I think I will do another lesson sometime in the future, in the near future, wherein I'll talk a little more on these two contrasting effects. And but I just thought that I'll just give you a little bit of intro on this, because I think in case you really understood what I was trying to say, then it's definitely a cool tip which will take your playing to a certain different level, a cooler level. So yeah, so let's learn how to play this track. Alright guys, so this one is a fairly simple song too. Your regular major minors here as well, and about those elements that I was telling you about. So let's see how they come to life in this song. So for the intro, I would want you to just play one chord, which is your G major, and like I said, those two things creating that tension. So that tension is going to be by just playing G major consistently, and then you'll resolve it by adding in some chords towards the end of the verse, which is during the chorus. And the other thing about Sufi music, if you remember, I told you that it's important how you can actually bring in some other additional flavors on the same chord by changing the strumming pattern. So what I would want you to do is we will play right above the sound hole, and we'll also try to go towards the bridge as well. So we end up playing the same chord, but we'll get a different sound, different tone, since I'm sure you must be knowing that we get a lot warmer sound when you're playing above the sound hole, and you get a sharper sound when you're playing near the bridge, which is something that you see in the case of electric guitars as well. So the neck pickups will give you a warmer tone, whereas the bridge pickups will give you a sharper tone. Right? So the strumming for this is going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. In fact, the easiest strumming, down, up, down, up, down, up. But you obviously will, I don't expect you to just do this. What we will be doing is, check this out. So I'm just doing down ups, but I'm starting off here above the sound hole to get that warm sound, and then I'll eventually, so it's like a wave, it's like a sinusoidal wave. So you have this wave, want you guys to do during the intro to create that trance kind of an effect when you're playing just the G major chord. So let me just run you through the song. Oh, there's one more thing that I want to talk about. In the mid, I think there is a part wherein the Shehnai is playing. So that's again on the G major. Okay, this is where I would actually go with the other thing. So instead of just playing the same chord again and again, I would want you to add in newer chords or notes just to make it sound nicer. It's quite a contradicting video, I would say, but just check this out. So when the Shehnai is getting played, it doesn't sound nice. Okay, so what I do here is I play a G major, and then again, like I said, that trance effect is because this the first 4 strings keep getting played, and that's what actually that's what brings in that suspended kind of a feel. So what I do is I play a G, then I play an F sharp bass note, but I keep my first the third and the fourth finger on the third fret of the first and the second string, so that I keep getting that element. So what I do is I play this. I hope you're getting what I'm doing. So I'm changing from a G to an F sharp bass note to an E. So I'm playing an E minor here. But I keep playing these strings because so that I get that suspended. I don't lose touch with that suspended kind of feel. But I'm changing the bass note. So let me just play the entire track for you. I'm very sure that you will be able to understand it a lot more once you hear it being played rather than me just blabbering about it. Okay. So here goes. name is Adit Kundra, and this happens to be a new channel of mine, which I started about a month back. And my plan is to share a lot of videos, and not just a lot of videos. It's not just the quantity, but also the quality. So I want to give you guys complete lessons which are like really accurate. And which is why, you know, I spend a lot of time just trying to figure out every single change in the song, and again, just trying to be as close to the original thing as possible. So in case you enjoyed my lesson, do give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much to the guys who've already subscribed to the channel. In case you haven't done that already, but enjoyed the lesson and would be interested in my forthcoming lessons, do hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Right? Thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Take care.